is its melting point. Our average body temperature is 98.6 degrees, and the melting point of chocolate is about 10 degrees lower. As chocolate melts in your mouth, it starts to flow over your tongue. As it melts, it moves over hundreds of taste buds, and that is key to our perception of chocolate's taste. More than 1,500 flavor components have been identified in chocolate, making it one of the most complex foods in the world. Chocolate, like wine, is fermented and has nearly 600 chemical compounds. Wine has 200. It is loaded with antioxidants. Studies show that dark chocolate has more antioxidants than blueberries and acai berries, making it one of the best sources of antioxidants on the planet.
I believe we're in the throes of a chocolate renaissance, where chocolate is becoming the next craft food. Originally, 4 millennia ago, it was the drink for the elite and powerful. Then it became, over time, America's darling candy, favorite Halloween treat. Now, it's starting to be recognized for the varietals and the flavor nuances and complexity and its health benefits. All of this is really good for the chocolate industry and the farmers because this elevated perception of chocolate is going to enable us to pay the farmers what they need to have a sustainable future for cacao.
The basis of all chocolate is a plant called cacao. Cacao is a fruit with a hard outer pod and a wet, sticky pulp on the inside surrounding beans. The beans are part of the cacao plant that become chocolate. The cacao plant needs just the right conditions to grow. These ideal conditions naturally occur within 23 degrees north and south of the equator. We get some of our chocolate from Peru, the country many say is the birthplace of cacao. It takes about 16 hours to drive to the Amazonian region of Peru. You must go over the Andes at 12,000 feet and through the winding, slippery, and sometimes treacherous roads of the rainforest. Here you find hundreds of tiny farms where the cacao trees grow naturally. The trees have football-shaped pods growing directly out of the trunk. Each pod contains about 50 beans. Great chocolate starts with high-quality cacao. What's the difference from one cacao bean to the next? It's actually a lot like wine. Not all wine grapes taste the same, right? It's the same with cacao. Depending on the varietal of the cacao pod, the region where it's grown, and how it's harvested, cacao can boast a range of different characteristics. After the cacao beans are extracted from the pod, they are fermented for a maximum of 9 days, and then dried for another 7 days. Doing these steps correctly is crucial to the development of the chocolate flavor and color. Once the beans are dried, they are packed into sacks and shipped to a chocolate maker to continue the process. Much like coffee, the roasting process is a large part of what gives cacao its flavor. After roasting, the outer shell of the beans is removed through a process called winnowing, leaving the precious cocoa nib, which is 100% cacao. These are then ground into cocoa liquor. If squeezed further, you would separate the fat, which is cocoa butter, from the solid, which is cocoa powder. Refining is the continued grinding action of the nibs, which evenly distributes the cocoa butter within the chocolate mass to produce an extremely smooth texture and a small particle size that cannot be detected by a human tongue or palate. Conjuring is a long process of mixing, agitating, and aerating of the heated liquid chocolate. It also generates heat, releasing volatile oils and flavor compounds. When chocolate hardens, what's really happening is the cocoa butter that's present is solidifying, and the fat molecules that are inside the cocoa butter form a crystalline structure. Think about Legos that you collect into a pile. If you do it really quickly, they will be every which way, and that's representative of a loose crystalline structure. You want to join the Legos one by one into a tight packed crystal structure in a process called tempering, carefully controlling the temperature and rate at which the liquid chocolate cools, so that what are called beta-fied crystals form in a tight crystalline structure. This is what gives chocolate that nice shine and snap. When you see a chocolate bar that says 85% cacao, that means 85% of the bar is cacao. That is a mix of both cocoa solids and cocoa butter. The remaining 15% include ingredients like milk and sugar. Then the fun begins. We add inclusions like figs, pretzels, or sea salt to deliver a variety of taste experiences. Eating chocolate really can make you happy. Endorphins bind with receptors in the brain, leading to feelings of euphoria, like the kind joggers get from runner's high. They also reduce pain and diminish the negative effects of stress. Dark chocolate also contains phenethylamine, a compound called the love drug that creates a feeling of being in love. Cocoa's flavonoids penetrate and accumulate in regions of the brain involved in learning and memory, especially the hippocampus. Chocolate also contains some caffeine, a known brain booster that in low doses improves memory, mood, and concentration.
I hope we've been able to share some of our enthusiasm for chocolate and spread a little of the understanding of how complex and interesting of a product it is. I hope you will try different second cows and different varietals and bring your friends along for the journey. Give chocolate as a gift instead of wine every now and then, and join the chocolate renaissance.